Hey, it's Abigail of Ground and Grow Yoga, and today I'm going to go through the different things that I have for filming my videos. So I guess the main thing is that I record almost all my videos on my phone. So I have a Google Pixel, and that's worked well for me. I always use it when I'm doing vlogs. Sometimes if I'm filming outside or if I'm going to be filming from multiple angles, which is something that I'm exploring doing now. I also use a GoPro. So the resolution on the GoPro is really good, and so I use that. Also, I don't have to be as worried when I'm doing my videos that are hiking or things like that, and so I use that. As far as getting a wider shot on my phone, because that's not always a possibility, just because it's a fairly small room, a fairly small apartment, and so I've needed to use stuff to increase how much shows up. So I have this little clip with a lens in it that I clip on so that I can have a wider view. So there we go, then that's my wide view. And I'll put links to all these things in the description so that you can find them as well. A lot of people have asked what I do for audio. So some audio is just like this, where I'm just talking on my phone and I don't include outside audio. When I do film my videos, I do have a lapel mic, but I hardly ever use it because I feel like oftentimes on my clothes or my hair, it's giving interference. Once I end up expanding, I would definitely get a more expensive lapel mic because that's definitely the issue. But in the meantime, I have my Blue Yeti microphone, and so it has the different settings on it that you can use for hearing yourself when you're talking, when you're doing vlogs and stuff like that. When I'm filming my videos, I hook this up to my computer and I put my computer and the microphone just in front of my mat, usually just pointed towards it, and I'll adjust it that way. And then I will do my normal speaking and then take the two tracks, the audio track and then the video, and put them together. So the biggest thing time-wise is making sure that the audio matches up with my speaking. So that's something that I typically do. I also use the Blue Yeti when I'm doing voiceovers. So sometimes if I'm going to be doing something that is more fast-paced or is going to be just more strenuous, and I feel like speaking isn't going to be as clear, me talking, then I will record over it after the fact. As far as lighting, so I have some natural light. Because of where my apartment is, I don't have natural light most of the day. It's pretty dark. So I do have a screen that I use to help direct the light, and I have some different mirrors that I can use to direct light as well. As far as bringing in light, I have the overhead light, which brings definite warmth to the room, but because it's directly down, that sometimes can impact stuff. So then I have this fill light, and the fill light has different settings on the back for how bright you want it to be, but I usually put it on full brightness. So it's a pretty bright light, and it helps to light me better from the floor. And then I also just use a normal light bulb coming from the other direction. So I have 4 sources of light: the natural light, the light above my head, the light over there, and this light. And then with the reflectors and the mirrors, I can usually get pretty decent amount of light into the room. It helps that the walls are white. I did get this to be my backdrop because being in an apartment, there are a lot of different plugs, doors. You saw the electrical box over there. It's just hard to get it so that there's not something in the background. I looked at doing green screen, but because it's such a small room, I wouldn't advise doing green screen that way because it requires a lot of lights to enable the green screen to work correctly, and I don't have the space for that. As far as where I put the camera, so over here in the corner, I have the stand that actually goes to my screen, but I can move this up and down, and then there's a clip. And I actually clip the little tripod right into that, and then I also have a regular tripod that I use with the GoPro. So just a regular tripod. So if I'm going to set it up with two forms of video, then I put one all the way over in the corner, and then I put one over just at the head of my mat. So that's what that looks like as far as my setup. I always make sure that I have tons of blocks. I also have my bolster and blankets, and wheel and stuff accessible at all times, so that if I need them while filming, I try to also put a notebook with what different things I'm doing in front of me when I'm filming. Lots of times I'll film multiple things in one day, and so I need to remember which thing goes in what video. So I also make sure, the other thing is I used to just take screenshots of my video and use those as my thumbnails. The quality isn't very good, so now I make sure that I take still pictures either with my camera, or sometimes I use my camera, and I've filmed stuff on my camera before too, but it's very clunky, and again with the space situation, it's just easier to use the phone. So I hope that that's helpful. I again will put the links below to the different things that I'm using. Definitely reach out if you have questions about how to be filming at home. So have a wonderful day. Namaste. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like as well as comment and subscribe. Subscribers allow me to continue to make free content. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.